Today's episode of the Mac Daddy Seminar is brought to you by Rowdy Beard Club. Listen, if you're trying to be a Mac Daddy this holiday season, you gotta be fresh. And if you want to keep that no-shave November beard all season long, look no further. Rowdy Beard Club is a locally owned company that provides all natural balm and beard oils for conditioning and keeping your mane looking majestic this holiday season at an affordable price. Use the promo code ROWDY30 at checkout to save an extra 30% right now. Head over to rowdybeards.com to check out their products now.
Go make yourself a drink and I'll be down in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Well, they say they're from out of town or whatever. We don't give a fuck. The deal is done. Now the cake been baked. They need to come on with the drama, whatever they gonna do.
What's up, guys? Yep, it is episode 7 of the Mac Daddy Seminar. As always, I am your host, Taylor Dunn, and I'm still fucking sick. Yeah. I don't know what's going around, but everybody in my entire family is sick. Okay, it started out last week. I was just coughing really bad and I didn't feel good, and now it's like moved up to my nose. I've had like the worst sinus infection ever. You know, I still cough a little bit, but Christmas Eve, not Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, so the 23rd, my sinuses were so clogged and I had a headache right in the center of my fucking forehead. Okay? Felt like somebody had stood over me and just slammed a nail right into the center of my forehead with a hammer. And it sucked. It hurt. Like, it made me feel so bad I was puking and shit from a sinus infection. It was terrible. Then my daughter's got it. It's giving me like really bad back pain, and like even my insides are hurting. And I'm like, have I got AIDS or tuberculosis or something serious? The only reason I said I got tuberculosis, I'm going to give it away. Anyway, I beat the main storyline in Red Dead. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. Not going to talk about anything that happens, because if you've been playing it and you're really into it like I was, I'm not going to spoil anything that happens for you. If you've gotten a decent ways in the game, you'll understand what goes on. But yeah, it's good, man. And I'm still playing it. I still haven't officially beat the game. Like, this might be one of those games that I literally play and get 100% completion. And it's probably going to take me 2 years to do all of that. But that's how much I enjoy playing it. I don't even have online anymore, because I'm like, fuck it. There's so much to do in the story mode, I'll just play by myself. All of my friends that I play games with online, they're like, well, dude, you don't play with us anymore. And I'm like, it's because I'm taking care of my horses. You know? I'm literally at the point now where I'm playing it just to hurry up and finish it, so that way I can get back to my life again. But yeah, this whole podcast, I'm on episode 7, and literally I have talked about Red Dead Redemption almost the entire time. That's a problem, and I realize that. I need help. But whatever, you know, it's been fun. You know, it's been slow at work lately, so I have more time to play it, and I'm enjoying myself, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing better than sitting back with family and enjoying yourself. And, you know, while we're on the subject, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, whatever your denomination is, whatever. I hope you had a good time over the holiday weekend. Okay? Because I did. Aside from being deathly ill, I had a good time. My sister-in-law came down, which was fine. We had a really good time. She, you know, my daughter likes seeing her. We went to this light festival thing right down the road from where I live. And, yeah, it was like $10 a person to go look at fancy electronics. Fancy light bulbs. I mean, they had like rides and shit there, but you have to wait in line to do all of that, you know? And I'm not waiting in a line for an hour and a half to ride a Ferris wheel. We just went to fucking Disney World like 2 weeks ago. I'm all rided out, you know? I'm not paying $5 a person to get on a Ferris wheel, you know? So bump that. Maybe if the line wasn't 4 hours long. Maybe then. Maybe. But other than that, no. Everything had a line. And what was so stupid about it was, okay, so it's like a park, right? The whole little light festival thing, it's just a bunch of Christmas lights, okay? And it's actually really nice. I like walking around out there. But people have become so reliant on posting to social media, and I even do it sometimes too. That's why I know other people think this way. When they go and do something, they know, oh, I can take a picture here and post it to Instagram. Or I can take a picture here and post it to Facebook. Now, that's all fine and dandy. I do it too. But at what point does it become rude to hold up a line of people trying to get somewhere by taking a fucking picture? You notice, there's times where you're like just walking and then somebody's trying to take their picture and you're, oh, I'm sorry, and you duck down out of the frame or something like that. That's understandable. But holding up a line of people just walking around looking at Christmas lights so you could take a picture in front of some shit, everybody was doing that. We were literally waiting in line just walking around. We'd just stop and I'd be like, why are we stopped? And it'd be because 3 families ahead of us, the Johnsons were all huddled up together taking a picture in front of a fucking lit up Christmas tree. You know? I'm like, oh my God. Go. Wait till there's not this many people around. You know? I took like 4 pictures. None of my family was in it because you know what? We've seen Christmas lights before. It's not that special. Okay? Here's what it is. But, we had a good time, so I can't complain too much. Came back early, and we sat down and watched Bird Box on Netflix. Okay, let me stop right here because I'm about to go on a rant about Bird Box. Look, if it looks interesting to you, and you think you want to watch it, and you don't want it to be spoiled, cut the podcast off right now. Because I'm about to talk about it. Okay? Now that that's out of the way, what the fuck? Netflix. You released that evil ass movie 4 days before Christmas about demons running around in the street. And if people look at them, It makes them kill themselves. 4 days before Christmas, Netflix puts that out. Now, did I enjoy it? Yes. I thought it was good. But I don't understand why so many people are shitting the bed complaining. They're like, oh, it's just a quiet place, but instead of their mouths, they can't use their eyes. Who gives a shit? Was it moderately entertaining? Yeah. The same people that are complaining, saying, oh, it wasn't that scary. Okay, that's fine. Not everything scares people the same way. But the people that are like, it's just a quiet place, but instead of their mouths, they can't use their eyes. Those are the same people that watch Teen Mom still. Like, what the fuck, Bethany? This isn't entertaining enough for you? You've been watching a girl who gave birth 8 years ago talk about being a teen mom. Hey, guess what? That bitch is almost 30 now. You know? That Teen Mom show came out when I was 16. Guess what? I'm 24. I'm about to be 25 years old. And there are people on the show that were 17 or 18 on the show. Guess what? That shit's not entertaining anymore. It never was. You know? It's just a girl that has a kid. Come on. But whatever, you know? I liked Bird Box. Okay? Now, there was a lot of moments in the movie where I'd be like, oh, no, I wouldn't have done that. Or, yeah, I would have done that this way. Because let me tell you something. Look, I wouldn't be out there in no damn blindfold, okay? Your boy's got to see something. I'd have just blinded myself. For real. If it wasn't looking good after like 5 days, ice picks. Both eyes. It'll hurt, but you know what? You know what hurts worse than getting an ice pick in your eye? Killing yourself. At least I would imagine. So, you know, it was graphic, man. Not necessarily something I feel like gets people in the holiday spirit, so to speak. But it was just like The Happening. But I did think it was cool that there were some people that weren't affected by it, and they were just nuts trying to get people to look at it so they'd kill themselves. And it was because those people had like a history of like a mental illness or something. And I mean, I thought that was really cool, you know? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If I'm in the house and there's demons running around outside and shit, and somebody's knocking on the door, you know what's happening? Merry Fistmas. I got you a present, and it's these hands. I'd have fucked Gary up as soon as he came in the door. I guess that's what the guy's name was. Hit him right in the forehead. Merry Fistmas. There you go. Go back outside now. You're running around out there without a blindfold on? No, don't believe it. There's dead bodies all over the street and this guy's alright. Come on. Come on. You know? Everybody said it was that girl's fault. You know what? Alright, whatever. I thought it was good, you know? I thought it was a good movie. But it could have been better. I mean, everything could, you know? I'm excited for that new Jordan Peele movie, though. That preview for that came out on Christmas Day. Oh my god. Dude, that guy is on to something. Same guy that directed Get Out. That dude is on another level. I don't know why he was like a comedian to begin with. Like, he was on Key and Peele, and that show was okay. You know, I thought it was somewhat funny. It didn't really hold my attention, and obviously it didn't hold everybody's attention either, but that's all right, because you know what? The guy turned out to be a phenomenal director. Because, all right, let me touch on this real quick. If you've done something and you weren't that successful at it and it failed, but that's what opened you up to doing what you're known for, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know? But, so that's what I feel happened with Jordan Peele. And he didn't fail at it. I mean, he obviously was popular. I personally didn't think he was that funny. There's some people that probably are pissed that that show is no longer on the air. You know? But it is what it is. But, yeah, the movie is called Us, and it's going to be good. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be good. I loved Get Out. I thought Get Out was phenomenal. It did win an Oscar for Best Screenplay, and that's the thing, too, like, a lot of people aren't taking into context is the really successful, like, commercially successful movies aren't the ones that win Oscars normally. Like, actors that acted in a movie that was successful may, you know, win an Oscar. Like Django, the guy that was Dr. Schultz in Django, one of my favorite movies. He got an Oscar, Best Supporting Actor, for that role. And I thought it was great. And that movie was very successful, is what I'm trying to get at. But normally, it's some shit that nobody even watched. Like Brooklyn. How many people could tell me what the lead actress's name is in that movie? I've never seen it, but I know it won, like, Best Film, Best Picture, a couple of years back. I know that. You know? The Shape of Water. Best Picture. How many people went out and saw that? You know? Excuse me, God. So that's that malaria. You know? But yeah, I'm really excited for that movie. It's hard for me to get excited for a movie anymore, you know? Like right now, normally during Christmas time, there's like 12 movies that are good that are out. It's Christmas time, and you know what? Let me stop myself before I say something dumb. But you know what's out and looks good? That Clint Eastwood movie, The Mule. I want to go see that shit. Talk about never quitting what you love. Clint Eastwood is 88 years old. I watched $1 Million Baby the other night, and I was looking up like the Wikipedia shit for it because it had been a while since I had seen it. Dude, Clint Eastwood was 74 in 2004. That was 14 years ago. 14 plus 74. Let's give you a math lesson real quick. He's 88 years old. He was born in 1930. Still making movies. You know? And you know what? I bet it's good. He directed the movie. He's the #1 star in the movie. Guarantee you it's fantastic. I think I'm going to go see it sometime this week. That'll probably be what I talk about in the next podcast. I'll talk all about this movie if it's really good. I've been trying to do more stand-up lately, man. I've been bored. I'm just watching movies and, I try to do this podcast once a week, for the 6 people that listen to it, which I really appreciate the support. But it's not about how many people listen to it. Never has been. Now, if more people do start listening to it, that would be cool. So tell your friends, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. But as far as stand-up goes, man, it's fucking hard to do it here in Mississippi. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? You can take this as an excuse or whatever, but I'm going to tell you right now. Imagine getting off work at 4 o'clock. I got a family at home. They want to see me. They want to spend time with me. And, obviously I want to do stand-up. I love doing it. But most open mics, which you have to start out doing open mics wherever you are if you're new, You can't just jump right into doing a headliner spot somewhere. If you've never really done much comedy there and you're not already a famous comedian, you're not going to get somewhere good. So you're just doing it for free. That's all open mic is. Okay? So, first thing, this is how I always do it. I check with the place to make sure that they are still hosting it, because they'll advertise it on Facebook, and you'll drive across town or an hour away, in my case, because that's what normally it is in Mississippi. And then you'll get there and they'll be like, oh yeah, we're not having it tonight. So now you just drove an hour for literally nothing. So anyways, or you might drive 30 minutes to a place and get there and, yeah, well, you called earlier and you said that you were going to do it, but we just didn't have that many people show up, so we just decided to trash it for tonight. Okay. That happens all the time. And to be frank, when I do stand-up, I don't always video myself or take any pictures, Sometimes I just go to do it because I enjoy doing it. I don't have to post any pictures on social media of it. I just go to go. Sometimes I just go and watch. But it's hard, man, It's very difficult. Especially if you work full time. And you have a family, it's hard. But, this isn't a sob story. This is some silly shit, this podcast. So that's how, we're going to keep it that way. Whenever I have a show coming up, I let people know. This is what happens. Like, one of my favorite places to perform is at the Stardome Comedy Club in Birmingham. Now, lately, it hasn't been because I personally don't like the way the place is being run anymore. They're not about the amateur comics. They're just all about selling tickets. Okay? Now, with that said, I still like performing there. That's where I started. And they don't do open mic anymore. Getting on open mic there was literally like a 4-month process to go do 5 minutes of material for free. 5 minutes of material. First time I went there, no problem. Got right on the list, signed up a month in advance, wrote my set, went up there, did it perfect. Had a great time. Now, when they even do have open mic, at the Stardome. It's like, I remember I messaged them back in December and was like, hey, are y'all still doing open mic? I don't see any things. They're like, yes, but the only show that we can book you for is February 27th. And this is in the beginning of December. And I'm like, that's like 5 hours from where I live to come do open mic. You know? So let's say I entertain that. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll turn it into a little vacation for my family. Right? So we go back home, because the Stardome's only an hour from my hometown. So I go back home. I stay there for a week, visiting family members and some friends. And I go to this show, and I do my set, and then that's it. You just go home. That's what you do. That's stand-up comedy at an amateur level. Or you get there, and 90% of people on the bill, and that's people that are going to do stand-up, they have everybody's name in line, in order, so you know who's going to go next, are people that work there. And I mean work there in the sense of they're wearing what they're wearing waiting on tables. Now, I'm not going to knock anybody's hustle, okay? They obviously work there for a reason, but I just think that's a little bit off, that you're not really allowing people that don't work at the Stardome, like, have your own employee open mic night. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm not going to rant anymore about this comedy club. It's a great place. I highly suggest it to go. It's really professional. Just me personally, I'll still go back and perform there. It's just, it hasn't been very accessible as of late. I don't have a whole lot to talk about this week, guys. I'll be honest with you. It was Christmas. My daughter got 700 million gifts. We had a good time. I didn't go home to visit family. I see a lot of people bitching about that online, talking about how, you know, their families are toxic and they don't like being around them. I've spent too much time back home as it is from Thanksgiving and all. So I told my family, look, we're going to have Christmas here. And that's what we did. And we had a really good time. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. If you like this podcast and you listen to it, refer it to your friends. Or don't. I don't care. But, you know, hey, why not have 500 people listening to it instead of just 10, you know? I don't know. Look, it's been a long day. I'm tired. But like always, I enjoy doing this. For those of you that are staying true to it and like to listen, I appreciate you. But, yeah. I will talk to you guys again next week. And it'll be a new year, 2019. Today's episode of the Mac Daddy Seminar is brought to you by Rowdy Beard Club. Listen, if you're trying to be a Mac Daddy this holiday season, you got to be fresh. And if you want to keep that no-shave November beard all season long, look no further. Rowdy Beard Club is a locally owned company that provides all natural balm and beard oils for conditioning and keeping your mane looking majestic this holiday season at an affordable price. Use the promo code ROWDY30 at checkout to save an extra 30% right now. Head over to rowdybeards.com to check out their products now.